These 3 gameplay tips will increase your chances of winning a game of Commander. Tip number 1, save your removal. Even if you're someone who plays a lot of removal in your decks, you're only going to see so much of it throughout the game, and it's important to have it when you need it. So just because you left open mana and you have a removal spell in your hand doesn't mean that you have to cast it. As a general guideline, I would focus on removing things that either are a lethal threat to you, shut down your specific strategy, or are a known combo piece. Let's go over some examples. If one of your opponents is attacking with a Blightsteel Colossus that can't be blocked, and it's not coming in your direction, let your opponents deal with their problems. They can use their removal or protection spells to save their own lives. Now that might sound harsh, but it's important that you have your removal for when you need it. If you fire off that removal and protect them, that's one less removal spell you have to protect yourself. Keep in mind we're talking about increasing our chances at winning. There's of course a whole political angle to Commander, and there are going to be times where you're going to need to save somebody's life with some kind of protection or removal spell because you're not going to be able to take down the archenemy by yourself. You might run into cards that are just silver bullets for your deck. Let's say we're playing a sacrifice or an aristocrat strategy, which are decks that are focused on having creatures die in order to gain some kind of benefit. And then one of our opponents plays a card that shuts off all death triggers, leaving our deck pretty much unable to do anything unless we can remove it. And if the other 2 players aren't using death triggers or it's not a big deal to them, they're happy having that permanent sit on the battlefield and lock you out of the game because you're also their opponent and that's one less person they have to worry about. And as far as known combo pieces, if you're a newer player, it might take you some time to become familiar with them, but once you do, you'll be able to identify that, hey, that thing needs to be removed or we're just going to lose the game. Tip number 2, follow through with your deck's game plan. This sounds like the most obvious tip in the world, but hear me out. If you're playing a strategy that requires you to do a specific thing and you've built your deck to do this thing, do not feel bad for doing it. You might see people playing a Voltron deck that looks to win the game via commander damage, and they start spreading damage around because they don't want to take out a player too fast. Or perhaps they're playing a big stompy creature deck and they never attack anyone because they feel bad for attacking them for so much damage. And I'm not saying this to encourage people to be sweaty tryhards in casual Commander, but I am saying that if you want to win more games of Commander, you should be following through with your deck's game plan and not holding back because you feel bad. Tip number 3, master threat assessment. There's a lot of nuance to threat assessment in Commander, but let's go over some things to look out for. Many players focus on known information, such as commanders, permanents on the battlefield, life totals, and what's in the graveyard, which are all important elements of threat assessment. But it's important to consider the unknown threats as well. I'm most afraid of the person that has the most cards in hand. While everyone else has been worrying about the threats that are on the battlefield, they've been carefully sculpting their hand so that they can just wait for the right time to strike. Just because someone hasn't committed a lot of resources to the battlefield doesn't mean that they're as far behind as you think they are. And be cautious of people that have been tutoring things to their hands as well. So I would make it a note to ask people how many cards in hand, and try to keep an eye on the people that don't seem to be committing too many things to the battlefield. This could be a sign that they're waiting for a specific thing, such as a board wipe, or to deploy their scary threat after another threat has already been dealt with. To add to the unknown threat assessment, I would also think about what people might play in their decks that you have to look out for based on their colors or their specific strategy, because it's important to consider not only what they've done so far in the game, but what their decks might be capable of later, because we want to be prepared for any potential threats. To recap, save your removal, stay focused on your game plan, and master threat assessment, including the unknown. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about these gameplay tips, and what are some tips you would give to others that would help them win more games of casual Commander. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about these gameplay tips, and any other tips you would give to other players to help them win more games of casual Commander. Until next time, thanks for watching.